Anna Ronner with Viper 13 Real-Time Radar. Sponsored by J&K Home Furnishings.
At 7:44, we're taking a live look out over Garden City, where it is still very overcast, but not stopping some boaters heading out already early this morning. We know we had soaking rain across the area, so it can't be too surprising that after some rivers were at record low levels, we're now seeing a couple of them crest into action stage, which is usually nothing major. Again, that's below minor flood stage. It's kind of just like, hey, the water's getting a little bit high, but there's still no major impacts usually when we're in action stage. And the only one we're seeing right now is Black Creek near Quinby, expected to crest overnight tonight into Sunday at 9 feet. Again, that's below minor flood stage, which is at 10 feet, and there's no major impacts to those along it. Just know that it is a little bit high right now. In current conditions right now, don't think Conway's icon is completely accurate, given that the rest of the area is mostly cloudy to overcast. But nonetheless, temperatures are 73 to 76, and winds are pretty calm right now. Relative humidity is still very high, 90 to 100%. We're hoping that's going to be lower for tomorrow, around 70 to 80%, which is still high. It's not as refreshing as what we see in the fall or spring, but it is lower for this time of year. So I think most of us will be welcoming the slightly lower humidity. Viper 13 real-time radar dry across the area. The cold front has already pushed down to our south, and the northerly flow is rushing in behind it. The Carolinas aren't seeing a lot of upper level clouds. Those overcast conditions are clouds much closer to the surface, and overall those clouds are going to be breaking up more as we head into the afternoon. So more of a mix of sun and clouds by this afternoon. Still an isolated storm possible, more closer to the coast east of I-95, but definitely not as rainy as previous days. And again, looking ahead to tomorrow, slightly less humidity across the board. So by the mid-afternoon, we see that cloud cover breaking up slightly. There's your little isolated storm here and there. Most of the area staying dry, clear into the overnight. And then looking ahead to Sunday, a lot of sunshine. Still going to have the northerly flow, so temperatures will be very manageable. And again, that humidity is going to feel slightly more refreshing, likely still going to have the tackiness in the air, but it's just not going to be as brutal as what it has been. And then for Monday, the clouds will be back in the picture. The winds are already turning back around, so the humidity will be funneling back in for Monday and Tuesday. And then it's just back to summertime weather with afternoon storms. The highs for today will be 87 to 88, so that is below average for the PD. Your high normally is still around 92 for this time of year, and the low temperatures falling into the mid-60s tonight. That is going to feel very nice. Again, that is below average, right around 70 for Myrtle Beach. Still, the normal is about 74, so 4 degrees below average for tonight. At the beaches, winds northeast for once at 5 to 10, waves 2 to 3 feet. We do have the longshore current, which is a little bit on the moderate side, and that's going to be the current that moves you up and down the coast instead of pushing you out to sea, which is what the rip current is. So just make sure you have kind of a location that you can mark your eyes on, whether that's an umbrella or a chair, and just make sure you check in on that to make sure you're not drifting down the coast, or you're going to have to walk back to your stuff. For your 7-day forecast, isolated storm chance for today, but overall we're going to see more sunshine. Looking good for tomorrow. Temperatures 86 for the next several days. And then inland 88 today, back to 90 tomorrow. And the normal temperatures will be back on Wednesday. And that's paired with more humidity and more rain.
We love to see that. I will say the thunderstorms were really nice the past few days.
It was a nice change of pace, and there were some locations in Florence County that got over 9 inches of rain in just 48 hours. So that is going to help. We're going to see more improvements to the next drought monitor we get on Thursday.
Well, I'm excited for some sunshine today.
Definitely.
Well, a family dog is heading home after being lost on the streets of Las Vegas for 9 years.
And loved ones say they never gave up hope. James Schaefer reports.
It's J&K Home Furnishings.
A live look out over downtown Florence at 8:16 on your Saturday is showing a pretty calm start to the morning. Couple people out and about. Temperatures are feeling good at the moment. And overall, it is going to be an overcast start, unfortunately, but there is more sunshine on the way for this afternoon and for all of Sunday. The temperature right now is 76. Winds are out of the northeast at 7 miles per hour. And over the past work week, we know that we get the new drought monitor on Thursdays, but the data is solidified on Tuesdays. So all of the rain that occurred on Wednesday, Thursday, and yesterday was not taken into account when we got our new update from the drought monitor, which means all that rain is factored into next week. So we're going to have another week of improving drought conditions across the area. And we did see that this week as well. The severe drought did extend up into Columbus County, and for Whiteville, the severe drought was more to the north. So we've seen improving conditions for this week along the border belt. We do still need to see that extreme drought go down in the PD, though. There were several gauges across the area that reported more than half a foot of rain in Scotland and Florence County. So there was some areas that did see excessive rainfall. And of course, that was not necessarily at the airports every single time, which is where our official records come from. So these are the local regional airports across the area. More than 8.5 inches now for North Myrtle Beach, a 4-inch surplus. It gets better and better every time we look at this graphic. Florence has more than 7.5 inches and Lumberton is just over 8. And overall, we're seeing some nice improving conditions with all of this rain that we've seen. But the good news is we get a break from the rain throughout the weekend. We're looking good on Viper 13 real-time radar. The cold front is down to the south, and we can see that rain did push offshore, and that's where the heavier rain is, but we are nice and dry across the viewing area at the moment. So here's a look at where that cold front currently is. It's going to keep sliding down to the south and east, and overall the clouds will be dissipating across the area, and we're going to see some impacts to the dew points or the humidity. So that is going to be the great news there. Dew points are likely to lower by 5 to 7 degrees for tomorrow. So it is still going to be sticky for tomorrow, but not necessarily as muggy and oppressive as what it will be for today. The dew point is currently 71 in Lumberton, 94% relative humidity. Hopefully we're going to see that down into the 70s and 80s for tomorrow. Florence, dew point is 73 degrees, 91%, and your feel like temperature is 75 degrees. The main headlines for today: overall, excessive rain not a concern, but an isolated storm a little bit closer to the coast is still expected. We're going to see more sunshine for this afternoon, and the humidity is the big headline for tomorrow. So we can see the breaks in the cloud cover as we go through the mid-afternoon. Here's your isolated rain staying closer to the coast. The PD is looking fine for today. And then for Sunday, a lot of sunshine on the way. Clear skies in place for tonight as well, so that'll carry over for the morning. Nice and dry weather, and then the winds are already going to be turning around, bringing the humidity back to start the next work week. If you're golfing for today, it will be a cloudy start, more sunshine during the mid-afternoon, and cooler than normal temperatures. The beach at 86, inland at 88.
Thanks.
J&K Home Furnishings.
The time now is 8:45. We're taking a live look out over the Grand Strand, where it is a little bit busier than the last time we checked in. It's not too surprising. It is still a little bit early, but most people setting up camp, trying to get prime real estate here along the Grand Strand. Some swimmers out already. The water is warmer than the air temperature at the moment. It's only 75 degrees, overcast conditions. We will see that sunshine peek through a little bit more throughout the afternoon. Now, first, we do have to focus on some river levels across the area. Nothing major by any means, but we do have the Black Creek near Quimby expected to go into action stage. And while this isn't going to have any huge impacts, it just goes to show that 2 weeks ago, we were seeing record low water levels, and then all the rain that we saw today is pushing the rivers back into action stage. It is only one of them. There's no flood warning on this area, but it is expected to crest around 9 feet. That's below minor flood stage, which is at 10, and that's for early tomorrow morning, and then it'll be dipping back down. Humidity right now is 89% to about 100, so still very humid, typical summertime air, tropical moisture staying in place for today, but it's not going to be producing rain, especially not excessive rain like we've seen for the past couple of days. A cold front now down to the south. The northerly flow is going to be rushing in, and we will see some lower humidity for tomorrow, but we are going to keep it for today. Viper 13 real-time radar is dry. Haven't seen anything throughout the morning time. And again, that cold front's down to the south. We're not seeing much moisture back behind it. All the moisture is going to be in front of this area, pushing it more offshore. And we do still have a small potential for an isolated storm, but it's just not the excessive rain, not the coverage that we've been dealing with for the past couple of days. More sunshine peeking through for this afternoon, but still a mix of sun and clouds. And the main headline for tomorrow is less humidity. So now the future cast, we saw a couple of sprinkles float through. There's an isolated storm along the coast. We can see the cloud cover breaking up here and there. Most of the area staying dry. Not expecting much for an accumulation of your rainfall totals by any means. Sunday is going to be much sunnier, less clouds, less humidity, and again, it is going to be a dry day. The changes already come from Monday. The winds will turn right back around to the south, bringing the moisture back into the picture, and we're back to seeing those afternoon storms and again, some cloudy conditions at times. So enjoy this afternoon and the perfect weather for tomorrow, and then just expect the humidity back for the rest of the work week. The highs for today, 86 to 88, slightly below average for this time of year, but the temperatures for tonight should be feeling very nice and refreshing, down to 65 degrees along the border belt. That's close to 7 to 9 degrees below average. That's going to feel nice closer to the coast, right around 70. At the beaches, winds northeast at 5 to 10. We have a longshore current in effect, but a low rip current risk. The water temperature is at 83. Your 7-day forecast, a passing shower or storm possible for today. Nice and sunny on Sunday. We could see an isolated storm on Monday as well. Temperatures right around 86 to the beach, and then you'll be a little bit warmer and you'll be back to normal, which is 92. That's expected on Wednesday. Final check on the weather. It's going to be a nice day to take your dog for a stroll. Temperatures will be slightly below average. We're looking at the mid-80s.
And speaking of a dog walk forecast,
you have to have your dogs with you.
Like in Hannah's babies.
Remember, this is Looney and Piper.
And Piper. She has another
babies.
dog at home.
Yeah, but he's kind of a brat.
Look at these cuties.
These ones are nice and quiet.
They're so cute. I love seeing them on the weekends.
You guys are just so sweet.
Can you tell we're just animal lovers
We
right
need
here?
station dogs.
Thanks for watching.